We can establish the domain and range of C by first of all looking at the inside function, which we've already established. So the inside function being f of g of x, that function there. That function, we've established the domain is going to be from 0 and bigger, and the range of that is going to be based on the sine function. So the f is the outside sine function is going to be from -1 to +1. And it's going to end up bouncing back and forth. Although it's going to stretch out, it's going to bounce back and forth between -1 and 1. Now, we're going to take that original function, so the original domain, let's start there. The domain is going to be, so the input, the domain of f of g of x is going to be the domain of this absolute value function because there are no restrictions on that function. So the domain is going to be x is going to be greater than 0. Now the range of this, the original range of the function, the f of g of x, the original range, so I'm just going to put original, is from y is between -1 and y is +1. So what's going to happen to that? We're going to look at this from a transformation perspective. So what we're going to do is we're going to expand that by 2. Okay, so if we expand that by 2, our range is going to stretch from -2 to +2. We're then going to shift it down 1. So now that graph is going to be from, instead of from -1 to +1, it's going to be from -2 to +2. It's going to now go to -3 to +1. And then when we apply the absolute value to that, we're just going to take that -3 value and it becomes the highest point of +3. So the range, the new range, is going to now be from 0, because when we apply the absolute value, everything has to be positive. And that the lowest point at -3 now gets absolute value to value of +3. So if we take a look at when we combine that function, this is what that function looks like. It's going to now be, it was expanded, so it's been stretched out, been shifted down to, and then the negative parts now get flipped up into the positive, so that -3 now becomes a +3 up here. So that's the maximum range, and where the graph folds due to the absolute value, that's going to be the bottom, which is going to be at 0.